for 11 years since Vin Servi fought gentleman James Grimmer here in Centre Ring on a Friday night. Rather, it was a Sunday afternoon. Ringside physician Dr. John Jory, a referee for the opening bout, Nick Stebbage. Team Brizzy working with Murray Thompson, Fighters Factory, Ben Cos, Sammy, Ronnie Marasco, Pat and Bev all here tonight. Come on down. Okay, Henry Nissen will make the presentation for the opening bout. Mr. Con Alexander, your timekeeper for this opening bout, 64 kilogram, under the auspices of Boxing Victoria Incorporated. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Con. Welcome, Murray Thompson Fighters Factory. Welcome you in association with Boxing Victoria Incorporated to the Reggio Calabria Club. Murray Thompson would like to thank the Victorian Plumbers Union and the Victorian Trades Employees Union. Welcome to the Night of Stars, Friday, October 17, 2008. We are gonna rock you tonight. We built the city on rock and roll and boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, our opening bout, 3 by 2 minutes in the 64 kilogram division. Okay, in the 68 kilogram division. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome in the red corner? If you read the current issue of World of Boxing, you would have read a great story on Jerry Murphy, who played a major role in assisting Hawthorn, best and fairest and champion full forward, Lance Buddy Franklin. Not only did he help Lance have a stellar year with the Hawks, he also assisted Liesl Jones win 2 gold medals for Australia in Beijing. I'm talking about the Surrey Hills coach, Jerry Murphy. Congratulations, Jerry, on your great work. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner with a great fighting name at 65.35 kilograms, would you welcome Robert Nissen. Robert Nissen in the red corner. And across the ring, all the way from north-eastern Victoria, part of Team Wellman at 67.5 kilograms, would you welcome Kane Matheson. Kane Matheson in the blue corner.
Hands up, head down.
3 by 2 minutes. Mr. Con Alexander, your timekeeper, in charge of the scrutineering the points, is Tomislav Papic. Round 1.
Well, this is a little bit different venue for Murray Thompson's traveling show. Tonight he's at the Reggio Calabria Club in Brunswick, and we have a number of amateur fighters for you today before we go into 2 professional fights, which will come up later. But the amateurs, the Brizzy boys have made this a very famous venue for the amateur fighters. They've given them a chance to display their wares, a chance to get some combat, a chance to come down and step into the ring in a contest and get scored as they would in bigger matches elsewhere. The Brizzies have prepared a lot of boys for this and through this club, and the Reggio Calabria Club has been the home to monthly shows from Ben and Cos Brizzy over the years. Now you notice we have professional fights, and our professional fights are not stopped as often as you might find the amateur fights are stopped. You just notice the referee said stop, and he used his hand to show how he was through it over his arm like an overhand right to land with an open glove. They bring a lot of these kind of rules into it because amateur boxing is amateur boxing, and the referee can be very strict, as he's got just a number of commands that he can use, because you're not supposed to speak to the boys, because you could have a fighter from the Philippines and another one from Brazil, and they can't speak English and you can't speak anything either. So it's done all by signs. The referee does not talk to the fighters. Stop, break, box, that's the only words that are used. Those are the only English words to use. Stop, break, stop, and box. They will call timeout by indicating timeout with their hand. There it is. That's in it. Referee again stopped. That was quite an interesting round. I didn't, both boys warming up to it, 4 2-minute rounds. But we'll just sit back and enjoy the rest of this. I think this will be Murray's 47th show, I believe, keeping the continuity of his shows going. We'll be back with you in just another minute. Okay, here we go for the second round. Second round, the referee calls box, and Murphy. I mean, Robert Nissen, is it? Or is under the care of Murphy, is he? Robert Nissen and Kane Matheson in the blue. Kane Matheson, I thought maybe been a bit on the short end of that last round. That Robert, because of that style there, that moving in and banging with both hands, moving in and banging away with both hands, kind of took the first round for him by an edge. You can see the referee's action there. He's only saying the major words, stop, break, or box, and indicating the other things that he wants his boys to watch out for. And there are a specified number of moves that the referee can make to indicate all the different fouls that could occur. They watch these boys very closely, of course. There he is. There he goes again. You see, that type of action is going to carry Robert over the line here, I feel. He's just that little bit more aggressive when he throws punches in bunches. Kane is waiting for one shot, it seems like, and he doesn't get the chance because Robert Nissen in the red outfit and from the red corner and from Murphy's gym isn't giving him the opportunity. Kane Matheson is throwing a jab and then he bounces back from it. He doesn't go forward. If he's going to throw the jab, he should move in with another punch. But he doesn't move in with another punch. Whereas now referees are complaining that the guy turning around and that Robert hit him in the back of the neck. Well, that's not all his fault because if the fighter turns and gets hit there, it's his fault. But he's warning both of them. Now, if you watch Kane, he throws one punch and backs off. Didn't even land with it. Here he goes again. Just watch him what happens. You'll see what I mean.
Round two.
Yeah, that. Round two. I think another round for Robert Nissen. We'll come back to you in a minute.
Welcome, Peter Neville. Business time. Mr. Peter Neville. With part of Jerry Murphy's ring team.
Is this mine or did anybody else have it? AIDS and everything, forget about it.
Three rounds for Oxford. Yes, Henry Nissen will make the presentation. Henry Nissen.
Now they got 5 judges. They don't use the machines here, do they? They're not doing it tonight.
Seconds out. Third and final round.
There we go. This is the third and final round. 3 rounds of 2 minutes each. Now, in amateur boxing at this level, we got 5 judges, and each judge is scoring on a 20-point must system. 20 points to the winner of the round, and 19 or 18 or 17 points, depending how the other boy is going for the loser of the round. In the Olympics and in the national championships or in higher class championship, they use the machines, where the judges have machines to press a red or a blue note to see who scores a punch. The machines are coming in for a lot of controversy, and whether they live out the year, I don't know. But tonight we have humans, actually humans looking with their eyes and marking with their own hand to score 20 points as a must. And when you talk about the safety of amateur boxing, remember, we got a referee in there with him. We got a doctor sitting right here watching everything with eagle eyes. We got five judges watching, plus the controllers. So by golly, gee whiz, these kids are pretty well watched and cared for. Ooh, a nice little right hand from Nissen. He counterpunched with that. It was quite a nice little move. Of course, Nissen is a southpaw, you probably gathered already, because he's got his right hand forward. And the other boy is an orthodox fighter with left hand forward. And it might be the reason that Kane is just a little bit at sea here, maybe not knowing how to handle a southpaw that well. Big thing for these kids to get up in there in the ring. When you hear about amateur fighters having 150, 200 fights, they start just like this. They get up for that first or second or third fight, and when there it is. I would think that the red corner, I would think that Robert Nissen might have got the points. My own impression of that was that Nissen was a little bit too aggressive and punched in bunches. So we'll see how we go. Crescendo
Ladies and
here.
gentlemen, our winner, taking his record to 4 bouts, 4 big wins, unanimous points, red corner, Robert Nissen.
Yes, he won one. Very good. I felt he had won that fight. It was a good one for him. Here we go, round 2. Round 2, a little bit feeling out around that first one, I thought, for Joe. But Joe is standing up a little bit too tall, I feel. I'd like to see him get his head down a bit more and bring his hands up a bit higher. He's standing right up. His head is sticking like on on top of a pole, isn't it?
It's like a beacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets his head up a bit too high.
If you jab it a little bit more, push that jab out a bit, keep the other guy off him. He's got a good, strong jab. He uses it a bit more.
He's a bit mechanical, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I think that's the word that describes it best. With his hands up the way they are and his head up, he's just like boxing on a stick, you know?
Yeah, he's pretty stiff.
The
other boy's a little bit looser, and he's got a bit of an idea.
Yeah, he moves around nicely, the other kid, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's good in his feet.
Keeps his hands up and his head down.
And he's going straight up and down. He's not going around. The other boy's going around, using the ring more.
Yes, he is. Well, that's a good thing. He threw that right hand from way back left field. Threw another one. Joe threw the right hand, let him know it was coming. Got a nice stiff jab, Daniel in the blue.
Yeah, he's got nice rangy punches. Just needs to have a little bit more technique.
Well, this is only his third fight. He's had 1 win, 1 loss. The other boys had 1 loss. So this is only the third fight for one, second fight for the other.
I will say this about Joe, he's got a lot of confidence in himself. He's not fazed at all by the crowd or the occasion. Just that he's got to show a little bit more variety, because he's too predictable just going 1-2, 1-2. And with his head in the air, he's a sitting duck.
Okay, it's the third and final round, Frankie. 3 2-minute rounds. I've got Daniel Sultana slightly ahead.
Pretty close contest, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is.
No one's really dominating.
No, it's not. It's just that I feel that the boy in blue, Daniel Sultana, is doing more.
Yeah, Joe's the aggressor, but...
Oops. I think they told him to go out and punch. Joe told Joe to go out and punch a bit more because he wasn't punching enough that first 2 rounds. And he slapped. He
might have been saving himself for the last round, Gus.
Could be. Could be. Good left hook there. It's going to be another one. Yeah, he's got very busy this round. It's hard. It's hard. They've only got 2 minutes. This being the second and third fight, respectively. They're trying to do things that they've learned in the gym. That's good jab. Good sticking that jab out.
Then.
From
It
Joe.
won't take much to win this last round.
No. Then I would be interested what happens then, because there's 5 judges judging this. See, he tried a straight left on the right hand. He tried something.
Daniel's the one who's got to get busy now.
Yeah, because Joe, I think, is shading this round. He's getting those jabs in there. He's throwing a right hand every once in a while to land. He had a hook come in there. But tell me, just when we say that, Daniel comes alive. Look at this.
He's come alive, all right.
And I think he's come alive enough.
Yeah.
He's come alive enough.
I think he did just enough to win.
I think so.
Win the round and the fight.
That's the way it looks to me. That's the way it looks to me.
Thank you, Thomas. By 4 judges to 1, your winner, blue corner. Oh, yeah. Chris David Copping. He missed it. Yeah, Dangerous Dave. There's Dave. Dad and Dave. Mr. Venkat, your timekeeper on behalf of the Indian cricket team. Thank you. Bout 3. We come to the 72 kilogram division. Would you welcome in the red corner, under the tutelage of former dual Australian amateur champion and professional champion, Darren Thriller Miller. Would you welcome Craigie Burn train Michael Zerafa in the red corner. And across the ring with Werner Kid K. Kellen, assisting Gary Scott, and Steve Cranage is part of the team. From the beautiful city of Shepparton, would you welcome Dwight Ritchie. Dwight Ritchie in the blue corner. Actually, Craigie Burns on the way to the Goulburn Valley. We welcome all our Goulburn Valley supporters here. I used to live in Murchison, so I know the Goulburn Valley pretty well. Dangerous Dave is your referee. Bout 3 under the banner of Boxing Victoria Incorporated. We've dimmed the lights. The action is incinerating. Round 1.
Here we go. Round 1. 3 by 2 minute rounds. The boy in red is Michael Zerafa from Wallen, up on the highway to Sydney. He's had 2 wins. This is his 3rd fight, Frankie. And the other boy, Dwight Ritchie, is from Shepparton. Keep going from Wallen, you get to Shepparton. And he's his 7th fight. He's had first 2 fights he lost, and the next 4 he won. So let's see how he keeps this going.
I wonder if he's any relation to Darcy Ritchie.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like he's more experienced boy, but he lost his first 2 and to come along and win his next 4 in a row. So he learned pretty quick, evidently. Oh, yes.
Good left hook.
Gave him a nate. Now that in the amateurs we see a lot of this. The boy in the red took a pretty solid hit. Then the amateurs will stop and give him an 8 count, standing 8 count. The pros do not use the standing 8 counts anymore, but the amateurs still use it. And for the slightest infraction, the slightest hit, you think that wasn't much, but the referee of the amateurs will stop it and make sure he's quite all right by giving him a standing 8 count. He's getting hit again. He's getting hit a few right hands by Dwight Ritchie, who is a little bit more experienced. But the other kid has won 2 fights.
So Dwight's using the ring a lot better, isn't he?
I'm sorry?
Dwight's using the ring a lot better.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he's using it. But
I don't like how he's got his hands positioned, but
no.
They're very low, aren't they?
Yeah, that left hand particularly. The left hand particularly.
No, I don't abide by that.
I don't either. If they look at it and sensibly think about it, with your left hand up in front of your chin at about eye level, a straight line is straighter, less distance to travel from there to the other guy's chin than from where it is now.
It's the most unusual positioning of our hands in a boxing match I've ever seen, I think. They're both down below the shoulder.
Yeah. He tries
and he crosses his arms too.
Yes, he almost a cross arm defense such as Archie Moore used.
That was the boy in red might have just done enough to get the points. That was a pretty close round.
Yeah. How do you feel it went?
Maybe the gentleman in red, Michael Serafa.
All right, well. All right, we'll see what happens.
I know what I'd be doing, Gus, with Dwight, with the way he's positioning his hands. I think there's a an opening there for a jab. For if Michael uses his jab a lot more, it could pay dividends.
All right, let's see if he'll do it. Let's see if he'll do it. This is the second round. The first round, I think Frank and I differ a little bit. I would have gone the blue, perhaps. Frank has gone the red. Oh, a nice little rip to the body there from the boy in the blue, Dwight Ritchie from Shepparton. He does keep his hands, his left hand particularly very low.
I don't think Dwight knows how to throw a jab.
Probably not, because he's not in a good position to throw it. He got one off there, but he's an aggressive sort of fighter. There he throws some some stinging punches though.
Yeah.
They sting a bit. And they kind of bring Ritchie up a little bit, the other boy up a little bit short, because Ritchie does land and they do sting, as I said.
Yeah, Ritchie's he's got a solid pair of legs on him.
Yeah.
He's very unorthodox,
yeah,
but he's effective.
He seems to be, doesn't he?
Yeah.
See, in the pros, the standing 8 count is the same as the knockdown. There's 2 points. In the amateurs, there's nothing.
Oh.
Nothing at all. All you do is count the 1 punch that landed. The consequence of the punch does no extra value.
And give the fighter a breather.
Well, yeah, something like that.
In case he's injured or hurt from the punch. Give him a chance to clear his head.
I think Ritchie is a little bit busier, a little bit harder this round too. I don't know. Slapping with the open hand, inside the glove. That's the end of round 2. I think I'll go with the blue boy again, I think.
Yeah, I think you're on the money there.
He is more experienced.
He's got confidence in himself,
yeah,
and he's unorthodox, but he's effective.
Yeah. I would like to see him use that left hand different, though, and bring it up into a better position, because where it is now, he's got to bring it from down at his waist up the other guy's chin. If it's where in his proper position, he cuts maybe a quarter of the distance off. Yeah. And that's important.
His enthusiasm and his courage is, you know, he's got a bit of character there. And his technique's not the best. The other guy's just got to jab more. Michael lacks a little bit of confidence, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Michael do a bit more this round.
This is the 3rd round, Frank, the last round, and just as you want him to do a bit more, Dwight Ritchie comes out and does a bit more. He came